Before I start, let me ask you all a question. What do you understand by the word humanity? Humanity comes from the Latin word humanitas, meaning human nature or kindness. It is a word for the qualities that make us human, such as the ability to love and have compassion. It is synonymous with words like mercy, tenderness, sympathy, empathy, and a lot of others. Do you believe we have these qualities anymore? Hi, my name is Gianna D'Souza, and I would like to express my thoughts on how humans lost their humanity, with reference to animals. A few months ago, someone I know showed me a video where 3 teenage girls were stomping on a puppy. As he yelped and tried to run away, they picked him up, tied him down, and continued stomping, all the while laughing and posing for the camera. After this incident, I came to know about a medical student throwing a female dog from the terrace of a building. These 2 incidents made me really angry and made me start wondering, how come they did not feel anything? How could they be so heartless as to harm a voiceless and defenseless living being? That's when I decided to research this a little more, trying to discover this anti-humane behavior. What drove these people to do this? Was this one of such incidents, or was it common? Oh my God, was I in for a rude, unsettling shock. The number of abuses and types of abuses is so huge, it might take me a whole day just to list them. But unfortunately, I've been given very limited time, so let me be brief. Just a word of caution, some of the images are gruesome, and I apologize for showing them here. You see, we are a family of animal lovers. We are also a family of non-vegetarians. But I did not know we were also harming animals. How, you may ask? Let's take for example the chicken that we eat, the broilers as they are called. These chickens are solely bred for the purpose of slaughter and for the eggs they lay. They are kept in cramped conditions where they can't spread their wings or stretch their legs, forget walking around. They are fed grains laced with chemicals so that they grow faster and fatter. The females are kept where the lights are never dim so that they can lay eggs round the clock. Same can be seen on farms that breeds goats, sheep and pigs. Now, I'm not saying that we give up meat altogether or become strictly vegetarians. I for one know that's a little impossible. But if we make a conscious decision not to buy from such vendors and only buy organic chickens, that is when they have free area to walk around, when they are not given chemicals and only slaughtered once they are adults. Same for goats, sheep and pigs. I have personally met a few animals who have suffered abuse at the hands of literate people. These people fall in love with the notion of having a pet. They do not know what it entails to have a pet. They do not know their research. They go out and buy a dog from the breeders, the kind of the popular breed of that time. And then when they feed them, make them dependent, and then when the puppy becomes a full-grown dog, they realize the work that has to be put into it. So then they abandon the dog as far away from home as possible so the dog can't find his way back. There are so many animals being used in laboratories to find cures for us humans. Animals in circuses, petting zoos, aquariums are regularly beaten and drugged for our entertainment, pleasure or photo opportunity. And animals in the wild are being hunted down for our pleasure of hunting as a sport. Why do this? Animals have so much to offer us. They want unconditional love, and we give them that love, but not enough. They will come. They will not hate us no matter how much we ill treat them. They will still come to us with wagging tails and worshipping eyes as soon as they see us. I think it's time we learn from animals the art of loving and forgiving. Don't they sound a lot more human than what has become of us? This is Jojo. He is a part of my family. Do you want to know how he found his forever home? One rainy day, as my sister was walking home from school, she heard a small meow. She looked around to find the source when the car started reversing. That's when she saw it, a small white bundle with its paw stuck in the grill of a gutter under the wheel of a car. She stopped the car and rescued his tiny little kitten. He came home and captured all our hearts. Then our sofas and tables and chairs and, well, you get what I mean, right? That's when I realized that there is still hope for humans to rediscover their humanity. So what can we do to stop this kind of abuse? I know that giving the same kind of harsh and cruel treatment that is meted out by these cruel beings is not possible or doable. But by having strict punishments in the way of fines and incarceration like we have if the victim was a human might deter them. Another way I strongly believe is by making children empathic in their early age. Adults who shoo away animals just because they themselves are scared are teaching kids that animals are to be feared. Animals do not go out of their way to harm someone. That trait is solely in humans. Teaching our kids to be kinder to animals today is our only hope for a kinder and more compassionate tomorrow. This was said by Gary Yourofsky from a non-profit organization in Tel Aviv, Israel. Giving these animals a voice, we can all save the world one living being at a time. This was said by Simone Reyes, an animal rights activist in the US. So, dear friends, fellow students and children all around the world, I ask for your help. Anytime you see anyone harming an animal, anytime, anywhere, please interfere. Please raise your voice for these voiceless living beings. I would like to end my talk with a poem, Just One Voice by C. Wall. Each day I learn, research and read about all the animals who are in need. The circus, the rodeo, the fur and factory farm, the pain, the fear, the unbelievable harm. The research scientist who causes pain, the dog in the yard chained in the rain, the kitten drowned, the puppy burned. These are just a few of the horrible tragedies of which I've learned. The innocent ones, they have no choice. The innocent ones, they have no voice. The horrors inflicted upon those so dear and so many people who do not want to hear. Each of us, we have a choice. Each of us, we have your voice. Use your voice to demonstrate, to pass out leaflets, educate. Write letters, boycott stores, knock on all your neighbors' doors. You can use your voice as I have mine. You can help. It just takes time. Thank you.